Assessing the damage after violence and chaos in Ferguson, Missouri. A grand jury refused to indict a police officer in the shooting death of an unarmed suspect. We have team coverage. CBS News' Danielle is in downtown Brooklyn, but let's begin with Danielle Nottingham in Ferguson, Missouri for us.
Police say this was worse than the violence that broke out here back in August. As the community braces for a possible round two, we're learning more about Officer Darren Wilson's side of the story. Burned out businesses smoldered following a night of chaos in Ferguson, Missouri. Rioting broke out after a county prosecutor announced that 9 white and 3 African-American jurors decided not to indict police officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of unarmed teenager Michael Brown in August. Their decision was based on 70 hours of testimony from about 60 witnesses. This morning, the mayor of St. Louis condemned the violence.
It really sets back the cause of social justice. Violence doesn't solve anything.
President Obama called for peaceful demonstrations, but the situation quickly got out of hand as roaming groups of demonstrators, some from outside the area, rampaged through the neighborhood, firing shots, breaking windows, and destroying businesses. Police responded with tear gas. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca ducked for cover as a demonstrator fired shots in the air close to where he was reporting. Many schools and businesses are closed in the Ferguson area today. The crowds have dispersed, but they're expected to return tonight. Officer Wilson released a statement through his lawyers thanking his supporters. Wilson testified that he opened fire on Brown after the 18-year-old physically overwhelmed him during a confrontation. Flowers and stuffed animals remain at the makeshift memorial where Brown was killed.
And more information now on the grand jury report. This animation shows what Officer Wilson described. It says the officer testified that Brown charged at his squad car. The first 2 shots were fired when Wilson was still sitting in his vehicle, leaving blood inside the car as well as on Wilson's pants. 10 more shots were fired outside the car. Officer Wilson testified he saw Brown reach into his waistband as the 18-year-old ran at him. Brown was hit 6 times.